We travelled 1,000 miles to snowboard on roads, and today I'm going to show you why. There's going to be seriously high speeds, unbelievable views. We'll see $100, $700 and $2,000 road snowboarding technology, and a never before seen downhill filming go-kart.
So join us on our biggest adventure yet as we snowboard the roads of Switzerland.
But there's just one problem. How on earth do you snowboard on a road? The idea is astonishingly simple. Take a skateboard and add 2 spinning caster wheels to the bottom. The result? A mind-blowing kind of skateboard that moves just like a snowboard on completely dry roads. Designed by a genie over in Stanford University over 20 years ago, whose one wish was to snowboard in the off-season. His creation won the hearts of a dedicated group of riders who now host worldwide events where they turn the world's most beautiful roads into concrete snow slopes. And yes, they do teach you to snowboard without ever touching any snow. And so we made our way from England to France on a journey to Switzerland for what we hoped would be one of the best events of the year.
Alright, well, are we in a killer spot or what? I mean, look at the mountains. I am super stoked to hit this spot. It's the first day of the actual trip, but it's kind of like a warm-up day, so the event hasn't started yet. But I mean, come on, look how sick this road looks. It's so smooth and it's right in the French mountains. I mean, this is really what it's all about. So I cannot wait to drop these spots with you guys. Let's see what we can get.
This spot was a great way to warm up before the event would start the next day, and given we were heading to the Swiss Alps, it was a good way to warm up on picking up some speed. That was a little bombast with Stella, one of the Freeboard ladies, and actually the event that we were heading to was the Ladies Invitational, a yearly event hosted by all of the women freeboarders. And a common misconception being that it's just for women, but actually it's the women that are inviting you to the Invitational. So yeah, and Stella's also the one piloting all of the drone footage and creating such awesome shots. It looks like someone's called the police. I don't know what they're asking about, but yeah, I'm gonna try and make it look like I'm not filming them. It turns out that after me and Stella had dropped to the bottom of the hill, someone driving up the hill had phoned the police on us. Luckily they were pretty chill and they said that as long as we don't go all the way to the bottom, we could stay. It was a great first day of riding and Stella actually taught me a new trick, which is to do a backside butter into a 180. I think this looks absolutely sick, so if you have a freeboard then definitely try it out because it is a sweet looking combo. We cooled down for the evening at a pump track. We got to try surf skating, which are incredibly fun and I don't know how they have such a bad rep, at least in England. And after a good night's sleep, we got ready for the first day of the event. Alright, well yesterday was an amazing day to warm up before the event, and today we are going to be heading over to Switzerland. I cannot wait to hit the Swiss roads again. It's been about a year since I've been on any of these roads and the spots are really nice. So we prepared our boards and began our journey to Switzerland, covering over 300 kilometers of roads and stunning views of Lake Geneva. We were heading for a region of Switzerland known as Valais, which is nested at the heart of the Swiss Alps, which is why it's not surprising that a group of freeboard snowboarders would want to turn all of these roads into snow slopes. Alright, so that's it. We have arrived in Switzerland and look how incredible the view is. We are on the first day of riding and everyone's arrived, so let me give you a tour through the house. You've got the Summerboards there. Everyone's just having fun in the sun. What is that? It is unbelievable. The boards being ridden ranged anywhere from $100 to $2,000. On the lower $100 end, I was riding a Freebord G3R, which is an old generation of freeboard which they don't sell anymore, but that you can often get for insanely low prices secondhand. We also had some Freeboard 5 and 5Xs, which you can buy in the link below, but more importantly, we had a whole lot of riders riding the Otherbord setup. The casters and the truck hangers go for around $600, and these are precision-made freeboard parts. You can see just how advanced they look. And finally, at around $2,000 was the Summerboard-SBX, which is the first electric version of a freeboard. They're incredibly fun and ride basically the same as freeboards, and I think that it's safe to say that they're probably the most advanced e-skate, and they've improved drastically since their first iterations. Now that you know what we were all riding, let's see what you can do with them.
There we are. Look at that.
Marco, who makes the Otherbord trucks, arrived with the most advanced filming equipment I have ever seen. It's called a bobby cart, and he's built his own gimbal to hold a filming camera. The footage looks absolutely incredible, and this impressive engineering shows why a lot of people are moving to Otherbord parts. Although I probably wouldn't recommend these parts to a beginner because you might not actually enjoy the sport. So after a long afternoon at this spot, being towed repeatedly up by this truck, we decided we'd change it up and hit a mountain road. Because although the views here were incredible, it was much more of a sandbox spot to warm up and practice tricks that you've been working on, rather than picking up high speeds and doing fast spins as you would in the more typical downhill mountain roads.
Alright, so this is our next spot for day one of the event, and now we are hitting the mountains. This road is so nice. We've gone down it a couple of times and managed to get some footage. I mean, just look how nice the views are. And as always, you have the complete surrounding view of the Swiss mountains. So quite an incredible set of spots we're visiting in Switzerland. We'll see what more we can get. Let's go.
It was at this spot that my theory that summerboards weren't meant for downhill was completely disproven by Amélie, who rode the entirety of this spot on a summerboard and managed to pick up some serious speed. The rest of us were on gravity-powered freeboards, but the spot was incredible. And I got to try doing some of the fastest 360 spins that I'd ever done before. The reason why doing a spin like this at high speed is pretty scary on a freeboard is because you can catch the edge just like on a snowboard, and obviously when you hit the road, it hurts a lot more than when you hit the snow. We ended up dropping this spot for the rest of the day, and we got to see some awesome runs from the freeboard ladies, that being Stella, Amélie, Hedda and Frédéric. And I personally got absolutely burnt by Hedda on one of the downhill rides. This drop ended up being a lot of fun and included a lot of near misses like this 3-person overtake. Or this insane sequence of near misses that started with Stella doing a 360, nearly being collided by Hedda, and then a near miss with Sofian after I tried to do an overslide. We were pretty shocked after looking back on the footage to see just how near his board was to colliding with this pipe. With all of these near misses, this might have been one of my favourite runs of the trip, and because this was the last run of the day, we got to drop until the very bottom of the hill. We finished off with some high fives, and then went to chill out for the rest of the evening.
Bravo! Nice work. Last minute. Good.
After cooling down at the skate park, we got ready for day 2 of the event.
Woo! Alright, so we are on day 2 of the event in Switzerland, and everyone is just getting ready. I think it was quite a long day yesterday of a lot of downhill riding, so it takes a bit of time for everyone to be prepared for the next day of downhill. We're here with Stella, who you might have seen from her YouTube channel or from Instagram, who's been riding a summerboard.
Summerboard and freeboard.
Yeah.
And everything.
What do you think about yesterday with the downhill?
It was the best day of the trip. A lot of downhill. I get some great speed.
It was a good day for downhill for sure. Well, hopefully it will be more serious downhill rides. Yeah, because yesterday was kind of quite a chill spot, wasn't it? Where we just went down.
The first one, yes.
Yeah.
But the second one was a bit long, and we can get some great speed on it.
Yeah, so. It was good stuff. So hopefully we can get some good stuff today as well. And yeah, I guess we will see you on the mountain. Let's go.
The first spot of the day was a vineyard in the middle of the valley formed by the Swiss Alps. The road was incredibly smooth and the views were unbelievable. One of my favourite aspects was how the road passed through these 2 cliffs, almost like a sort of racetrack in a video game. It was absolutely amazing. Roads like these are an absolute dream to ride, and going down with so many other riders makes it even better. There were all kinds of obstacles that you'd have to get over to get to the bottom, like this little river of water that was really fun to jump over. And this wooden bridge which made a really cool sound as you rode over it. It's no wonder that Hedda did a happy dance, especially after she burnt me on round 2. It's actually kind of crazy how fast she goes, but maybe not so surprising, because she attended most of last year's events. The fact is, she absolutely shreds and is definitely setting the bar for the next generation of freeboard ladies.
Film.
So after riding this spot multiple times, we made our way to the last spot of the event. This was a spot that had been a year since I'd last ridden it, and so it was exciting to find out whether or not I'd improved for it.
So this is it, the last run of the whole trip. I don't know if you recognise this spot, but those of you that have been watching the channel for a while will recognise this from the first time I went to Switzerland. It is going to be a fantastic run, and I can't wait to see how different it is from 1 year ago. So for any of you that haven't seen this spot before, you are seriously in for a treat. It's absolutely beautiful through the countryside of Switzerland, in the mountains. Let's see what we can get. Let's go.
We practiced picking up as much speed as possible, doing overslides around the corners, and so much more. It was incredible. At speeds like this, the freeboard glides over the ground because the centre wheels can spin, and there really is no other board that rides like this. It really does feel like you're gliding across the ground, and it's amazing. It truly was a lot of fun to revisit this spot, and I think it's safe to say that we'd made a decent amount of progress since last year.
What an absolutely unbelievable spot. I can't believe how much fun it was compared to last year. I think last time I came, it was honestly a struggle just to get to the bottom, but this time I felt like I could do some tricks along the way. It's so good. Honestly, freeboarding is just incredible on roads like these. And whether you freeboard already or you don't, you seriously need to consider trying it, because these trips are so much fun. I mean, just look at the views. One of the riders, Sofian, has flat spotted one of his wheels. Is it this one?
Yeah, this one is flat.
That's the wheel you're swapping it with.
Yeah.
It's so worn down. It's like you trade the flat spot for like 0 diameter. So after a few runs down this beautiful countryside spot in the mountains, we've actually started a sort of learn to ride session where we're introducing people to freeboarding. I mean, what a fantastic way to end the trip. Just check this out. We've got loads of new riders trying freeboard out. I mean, that is what it's all about. It has been a fantastic trip, and I really hope you've enjoyed it. Whether this video inspires you to start freeboarding or you just enjoyed watching it, thank you very much for watching. We have a lot more worldwide adventures coming up, so definitely stay tuned to the channel if that's what you're interested in. I'm gonna go and help teach some new freeboarders, but I hope that you enjoyed the video and have a good one.